Alright, you lot, welcome back. Something a little bit different today because I got sent a mystery package from Dark Fantastic Mills, who I'm sure you've heard me talk about before. Dark Fantastic Mills makes my favourite fantasy terrain, my favourite scenery overall, and I have printed a metric ton of it. A while back they did the Jägerholm Kickstarter, which I pledged to, and have so far printed, I think, around 40 pieces from that, which is, you know, a decent amount, used primarily for D&D, and I've started printing more stuff from that as part of a new campaign that I'm starting. So, to say that I like me some Dark Fantastic Mills is putting it mildly. They are my favourite when it comes to terrain. And they've sent me part of their Firebase Horizon Station scenery, which is a new set of STLs for tabletop wargaming, sci-fi specific. Now, Firebase is something they've had for a while, but this is a big expansion on that with a lot of stuff. It's like 170 plus models that's in that Kickstarter, and they really go wild when it comes to stretch goals. The stretch goals are often insane in their scope and depth, and the thing is as well, they constantly do stuff to improve the scenery that they're doing. For example, there was the Chaos Citadel Kickstarter they did a while back, which I did a video on for the channel as well, and by the time that Kickstarter had finished, the way that the wall pieces locked together it wasn't completely different, but it was different. It was made better, it was improved as they went, and that's one of the reasons I like them so much. Now, this isn't a sponsored video, this is literally, they sent me some stuff to check out, I'm going to take a look at it. The fact is, I have talked about them before, I have spent plenty of my own money with Dark Fantastic Mills because I really like what they do. It's a small independent company, it's a small independent team, it is not a huge group of people, it is essentially just a couple of people doing the stuff that they want to do that they think other people would like. Alright, so this is the section that Dark Fantastic Mills have sent me to check out, and I mean, it is sturdy. Like, this is all 3D printed, it's FDM, and frankly, it's magnetized. Yeah, it's got some good joins on it. It's not glued, but I can still sort of move it around, I can still shake it. It's not going anywhere. For something that locks together and just has like interlocking parts, that is a extremely solid bit of kit. I'm moving the floor on the underside of one of the parts. So just to show you how this works and how easy this is, I'm just going to deconstruct this so you can see how all the bits go together. And I'm hoping this will highlight why it is that Dark Fantastic Mills is one of my favourite places. Again, this isn't a sponsored video, they just sent me this to check out, but I use Dark Fantastic Mills stuff a lot. For D&D especially, I've printed so much of their stuff, and for very good reason. It is all really nicely designed, it's all really easy to print. Pretty much, I think everything I've printed from them, bar maybe two things, has been support free as well, which is, I mean, it's big. I like it. I prefer support free if I can have support free. So yeah, let's take it apart and see what's what. Let's start up here. So we'll take these lads out first. Give you a bit of a show of the detail on them. So we've got some nice battle damage. This is the thing I like as well. There is plenty of detail on Dark Fantastic Mill scenery, but it's not absolutely covered in, like, it's not like overdone with it. Because I tend to find that super high detailed stuff you can do on an FDM printer. Obviously, you can do pretty much anything on an FDM printer these days, but that kind of affects things in terms of like what sort of nozzle size you've got, how long it takes, all that sort of thing. The balance is perfect, I find, with Dark Fantastic Mills. It looks good, the detail is there, but it doesn't take an age to print, and it still looks really nice without being tedious. Which, you know, combined with the ease of printing, I found anyway, it's a good combination. It's a nice combo. So those four corners off, that means that this is loose and can come free. I really like these floor sections. They look really good. Nice bit of detail. You've got some nice little sort of screw holes and vents and the like. Looks nice. And then we get to the bit that is the thing I like most about the, like, especially wall stuff. I forgot to take the magnet off. There we go. So that is like an exhaust vent, and that connects to magnets on the side just there. Just acts as an additional like stabilizing factor for the whole thing, even though there are like clips holding that in place. It's a good system, works super well. So we'll take that whole section off like that. So as you can see, we've got another bit down the bottom there. but then we've got this lad with the sort of walkway over the top. And when it comes to taking this apart, nice and easy. You've just got a bunch of little hinges. So with that off and then that off, you can see there we've got these gaps on each side. That's so that you can attach other things on that side, of course. And that's pretty much it. You just have this little clip that attaches into that section. You have magnets and you have these two stabilizing bits. That's literally it. Super easy, super fast, also stable as well. Properly stable. Even though there's only like a magnet and there is that clip, you can still kind of pick it up in weird ways, as long as you don't pick up the way I just did it. So like if you hold it by one of the hinge bits, you can just pick the whole thing up. Yes, it'll come away slightly because the magnets aren't that strong, but that still means that you've got a chance of it not falling apart if you pick it up in a silly way, which is pretty good. So yeah, super easy to take apart, but that also means that it is super easy to put together, which is one of the things I like so much about their designs. Pretty quick, right? Pretty quick, pretty easy, all nice. One of the other floor sections there as well, and if I turn that over, nice and flat, nice and smooth. There isn't like extraneous detail in places that don't matter. It is literally a case of, does this make it possible to print it quickly and easily without having a ton of supports everywhere? Yes. Can you still make it look good? I mean, clearly so. Clearly so. There is a good amount of detail on these, but they're not hugely overcomplicated to print. Alright, so I'm taking all that apart. I am now going to attempt to just speed run putting it back together, see how quick we can actually do this. Because based on previous experience, this shouldn't take long. Don't want to forget the floor. The floor is an important part of it, so we'll start with that. Then get that lad in there, and then I want to make sure that I get the platforms in the right section. That guy can go there, and then this one. Oh, lift up that. There we go. That. And then, oh, sorry, this one wasn't fully detached. That's my fault. Get that in there. I mean, the answer to can you put this together really quickly, it seems to be yes. Seems to be a big fat yes. Oh, I put that on too early. Put that on too early. Even with that little mistake, this looks like it should have been pretty quick. I'm ham-fisting this bit though. There we go. That's just me being bad as opposed to anything else. That side, and then where have you gone? There we go. That's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. Pretty good there. Right. Got to do it properly. So put that lad back on there, and then get that. Would help if it's the right way around. Locks it in nicely. This is the thing. This is why I use Dark Fantastic Mill stuff for D&D so much more than literally anything else. The stuff that does need assembly just does not take any time to assemble. I've done that the wrong way around. I've done it the wrong way around. That was hubris right there. That was properly rushing it. There's no point rushing if you're going to forget a step. That's the important thing to remember. Rushing only works if you rush flawlessly. If you don't, it just means you have to go back and do it again. Oh. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy, nice and simple. Oh, I forgot the best bit. Sorry. Look, I really should. I really should have shown you this before. It's got a functional door. It's only got a functional door. Look at that. How cool is that? Did they need to do that? No. Did they do it anyway? Yes. Love it. Love the functional door. So there you go, that is pretty much exactly what I expected, which does sound like faint praise, but it's not really, because the standard that I expect from Dark Fantastic Mills is, frankly, a cut above, because they consistently deliver to that standard, and this scenery is absolutely no different. Super easy to put together, super easy to take apart, very sturdy, the interlocking sections work super well, the detail's really nice, the overall, like, design of it is just as good as I'd expect, and based off previous printing experiences with them, my assumption is that pretty much everything in there is going to be incredibly simple to print, because everything else they've done has been as well. So, yeah, in terms of what to expect, I mean, expect that. Decent scenery, very good price, a metric shed load of choice, and different ways in which you can assemble it, and, I mean, you're pretty much set to go. If you've got an FDM printer at home, you're all good when it comes to printing their stuff. And, of course, if you don't have a 3D printer, whilst I don't know whether this specific set is going to be available from their website as a physical set, plenty of the stuff they've done in the past is. Like the Jägerheim stuff is, the Chaos Citadel is, the original Firebase stuff is. That is all available as physical stuff from their site too. So yeah, I will link the Kickstarter in the comments and the description down below. Thank you to them for sending this over, and go and check it out. They are absolutely worth your support. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments down below, and I'll see you for the next one.